Well, a blood drive in Mammoth Lakes this week. United Blood Services wants to remind everyone to find the hero in you and donate blood at the Mammoth Lakes Community Blood Drive. This is sponsored by the Mammoth Lakes Hospital Auxiliary. Now you can donate at the Mammoth Lakes Fire Station 1, Main Street. That'll be taking place this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Thursday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. Hey, all blood donors will receive a voucher for a free fish taco dinner courtesy of the excellent Wone Nelly Deli, and all donors will be automatically entered to win the United Blood Services Heroes Needed drawing for a chance to win one of two $750 Southwest gift cards. Now, to schedule your life-saving appointment, you can log on to bloodhero.com, click Donate Blood, and use the sponsor code SNOW, or you can call 800-696-4484. Donate if you can. Blood drive in Mammoth this week. And a fun time to be had this Saturday, the Locomotive Geocache event at Laws Railroad Museum and Historical Site. You can learn the art of geocaching, meet fellow geocachers. Going to have some community food booths out there, or you can bring a picnic. Free admission, raffle prizes. This is a whole lot of family fun if you've never got the kids out to Laws Railroad Museum. Great time to do it with the Geocache event coming up this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is co-sponsored by Inyo County. And coming up soon, Valentine Reserve Summer Walks and Talks. The area known as the Valentine Reserve has had many uses over the years, and you can tour the reserve to learn about the area's first visitors, how the inhabitants have changed over a century or so, and how the land is being used today. Press release notes that from Native Americans to gold speculators to wealthy Angelenos and now educators and scientists, this land has served a wide variety of needs. Hey, new this year, the history of the Valentine Reserve with Jay and Noel Dankin. Now, this easy 2-mile walk will take you along the forest trail to the historic log cabins and out to the edge of the Valentine Meadow. Reservations are required and can be made by contacting Carol Lester, 805-893-5655. Suggested donation, $15. Those walks are going to be July 8th, 15th, and the 22nd. And also additional walks and talks will be held at the Valentine Reserve. Urge you to check out their website for those. And again, you'll want to make reservations. They do sell out. vesr.uncrs.org. It's the one at the bottom of the page. All right, let's head back to Cooperating to Compete, a community conversation in Mammoth Lakes. Next up, John Wentworth.
Let's talk about technology. So, when we're talking about technology in the Eastern Sierra, we're talking about Digital 395. And Digital 395, as we all know, was a product of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. It was a significant investment by the federal government, the state of California, in recreation opportunities. And for a little bit of background, Digital 395 is a backbone. And it's a backbone that delivers fiber optic cables. And very much like a backbone, these fiber optic cables are like the nerve center. It communicates and delivers information. And in a physical organic body, it looks like these creatures. I don't know what they are, but they're blue and orange. But in Digital 395, it's bits. It's digital, contemporary, ones and zeros information, which travel at the speed of light. The speed of light looks like this. And it delivers it to the range of light, which looks like this. That's what this Digital 395 thing is. And it's a technology, but there are a lot of technologies. Contemporary digital technology is not the only technology. And if we go back, back in the previous centuries, we can talk about the very significant joining of the eastern and the western United States through the completion of the railroads. And there was a commemorative ceremony to celebrate the completion of Digital 395. And there are some dignitaries here. Alex Padilla is the Secretary of State of the state of California. There's some important folks from back east in Washington, D.C. who've been involved in this. They made repeated references to this Digital 395 as being infrastructure that was on the same level, the same value as the Transcontinental Railroad. It's interesting. And if you look at it, you say, well, gee, here's a piece of something that's connecting all these little towns and communities in the Eastern Sierra throughout this region that tie into the nationwide broadband infrastructure that delivers the fundamental the essence of our contemporary technological culture. And in our region means that our broadband went from this to that. It's a pretty significant change. These are the kinds of things that big infrastructure projects do. And to get technical, get ready now. The network consists of 432 strands of multi-mode fiber, each of which is capable of transmitting 200 terabits of data, with a theoretical total of 840 petabytes across the entire network. That's a lot of broadband. One optical fiber delivers 200 terabits of data. 200 terabits equals 200,000 gigabits. There are 30,000 residents in the Eastern Sierra. Therefore, 30,000 residents can be served with dedicated gigabit internet service from a single optical fiber with enough data left over to serve 170,000 additional residents. Digital 395 has 432 strands, these optical fibers. This is industrial strength capacity. The Eastern Sierra has as much broadband capacity as any place in the country. We're no different from New York, Los Angeles, wherever people are congregated, we have those same resources. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now, the easy thing to do is, when this happens, you all run your speed test at home, and you go, look at what I got! Look at what I got! I got an upload speed of 918 and download band, I've got, boy, this is great. I've got so much, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. It makes it possible for us to transform all the gateway communities of the Eastern Sierra into gigabit communities. This maybe starts bringing up some questions. What exactly is a gigabit community? What's the value of a gigabit community? What do you mean? What is industrial strength broadband? What is this stuff? What do we do with this? How do we translate this into something? What's a petabyte? What is responsive design? Why does Google all of a sudden the rankings for my search engine optimization on the web is going to change based on whether my website is responsively designed? This just happened a couple of weeks ago. What is this thing? Dig once. A policy to open up a street once to do, well, look, here's a farmer in Vermont. He's digging once with a horse. What does this mean for the Eastern Sierra? How do we translate this into the things that really matter to us? To our recreation economy. How does technology fit into the recreation economy that Stacy just talked about? What are the implications for public safety? We're in the 4th year of a record drought. We live in a lot of, we call the Eastern Sierra a lot of things, but maybe it's a tinderbox. What role can this technology play in our public safety and in our environment, helping to preserve these kinds of things? What role can it really play in our economy? How can we use this to actually grow and invest in economic activity? What is the relationship of this opportunity with air service? Does this change the conversation of air service? And these things talk to each other in different ways. And most importantly, what does it mean to the future? What does it mean to your kids? What does it mean to the future generations like us who want to live in a place like this? How can we integrate this into our culture and quality of life so it's going to be meaningful in the future? Because we all live here. This is where we live. And how do we integrate that into this?
All right, we'll have more from Cooperating to Compete in future broadcasts. We'll be back with a weather report.